if I'm allowed, if you'll so incline me and work with my inclinations, I would like to listen to the next track from Gentle Giant's debut. And so that's what we're going to do. Because I'm so inclined to do so. That's going to be the track Funny Ways, of course, off their debut album released in 1970. We listened to Giant. Now it's time to stone roll over to the next track. Here we go. They put me in my happy place, I'll tell you that.
Sorry to have been so much of a bore, but in my own funny ways I find I learn much more. I realize what you think from your eyes, but in your own funny ways I find I learn much more. My ways are strange, they'll never change, they stay strange ways.
Hey, this is from Mad Villain. It's a really cool, mysterious kind of strangeness that they bring.
Sorry to be so close from the start, but for all that I care, we could be miles apart. I understood that you never would understand the way of life I never could. My ways are strange, they'll never change, they stay strange ways.
That's cool to hear that. Well, that's a change. Quite a change. Real change.
And so you see,
Nice little break in there.
what happened to me since the time when I judged my life in nights and days. I realized that my life was life. So you see what I mean with all my funny ways. Sorry to have been so much of a bore, but in my own funny ways I find I learn much more. Funny ways, funny ways, funny ways, funny ways.
Just drama in this track. Also, it was really cool to hear. If you're familiar with the album Mad Villain, which I don't have up, but it's somewhere back there. It's they use the Strange ways, ba 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 ba, strange ways, which was really cool to hear. But I love the mysteriousness that takes over the first part of this track and the ending. The percussion moves in a really, foreign way. I love the accents that are brought in here musically. And the little bit of strings that are featured are absolutely wonderful. It's like a chamber music or like a chamber quartet, but then they're making their own version of pop music like for this era. That's what I feel like I'm listening to Gentle Giant with this particular track. It feels like Renaissance time pop, if that would make sense. And I think they pull that off absolutely magnificently. Wrong song. Going back to Funny Ways. This section here sounds like a musical troupe that's been invited to perform at like the King's Court.
What you think from your eyes.
And so they're playing like this is one of their more serious songs, not the fun juggler, joker kind of. No, not the jester. This is them really putting on a performance, and they do a great job. Then it shifts into this part here. They get proggy here, and this sounds so like almost contemporary folk in contrast to what we heard before, because that sound is different than the medieval troupe here. The medieval folk troupe, 1600s. This is 1960s. Traveling down the railroad. And, I mean, the switch they pull between them, the transition is a bit harsh. It's a bit abrupt. But I can't deny it's kind of fun hearing Gentle Giant, like, performing this style. But I prefer this style from them. And there's a certain, I mean, with these two tracks, I can't speak to the rest of the album just yet, but with these two tracks, there's almost, this is their debut album, there's something of a personal intimacy. Like it's a small club that we're watching and listening to them from, rather than, maybe not arenas, but the bigger venues that perhaps would hold them in the future as they performed later on. That was really cool to hear. Let's listen, or look rather, at these lyrics. Sorry to have been so much of a bore, but in my own funny ways, I find I learn so much more. I realize what you think from your eyes, but in your own funny ways, I find I learn much more. My ways are strange, they'll never change. They stay strange ways. Listen, I might be strange, but I learn more that way. Sorry to be so close from the start, but for all that I care, we could be miles apart. I understood that you never would. I understand a way of life I never could. Go your own way or wait for me. Listen, go and do your own thing or spend a little time with me. Wait for me a little bit. And we'll see what happens. And so you see what happened to me since the time when I judged my life in nights and days. I realized that my life was lies. So you see what I mean with all my funny ways. Sorry to have been such a bore, but in my own funny ways, I find I learn much more. I'm a little strange. Maybe we can be strange together, maybe not. But make the decision. Like it says, go your own way or wait for me. No chart information for this. Actually, no. This is Mad Villain sampled Funny Ways, obviously, which I mentioned on Mad Villain, which is one of the best team-ups, or Mad Villainy was the album, but one of the best albums of all time. I'll pull up that song just so you can get a little taste of it. Let's see, Strange Ways. Here we go. And then
wreak havoc, beat this mad traffic, sneaking lavish, people speaking.
And what I like is, now that I'm thinking about it, the Strange Ways part, the same way that kind of interrupts the song here in Gentle Giant's original, is kind of the same way that sample comes in the middle of that song. It's kind of cool. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comments down below. I appreciate you joining me here. Come back tomorrow. Hope there's something there for you. Hope there's something here for you. Thank you, as always, for showing up and stopping by. And I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.